My favorite accessory, if you look around in this space we're in right now, it's obvious everywhere. I love books. Books not only give us information, they're also beautiful things to look at, and they can be used in every room in your house to be an accessory. I have them in my kitchen, cookbooks that I love. I just recently purchased 3 new cookbooks that I saw in the New York Times book section that have added to my collection. There are books on my coffee table. There are books in my library. And speaking of libraries, of course, that's where most books should go. And I believe strongly that if you put a book in your library, there should be something that you've touched and that you've read, and then it can go on the shelf in your library. And it's there for you to go back and look at in the future and know that you've had the experience of that book. To tell a couple client stories, sometimes when we do libraries in clients' homes, you run into a situation where you have this beautiful library and then you ask, well, where do you have all the books stored? And they look at you and say, what books? So now we have a library with no books that needs to have books. There is a location here in Los Angeles where I can go buy books by the foot. Meaningless titles. They're nice looking books for the most part, and they fill up shelves very quickly, but they have no meaning to the person whose library it is. It's just something to look at, and there are a lot of books on the shelf. I had one unique situation with a library for a client where he asked me to go back for the entire year to the New York Times bestseller list each month and buy every book that was on that list, which we did, and put them in his library because those became meaningful books to him because they were on the New York Times bestseller. And of course, we live in Los Angeles, so it shouldn't surprise anybody that we did that.